tonight. We're highlighting a big investment in Washington's forest land coming up. It's an interview you'll only see on Apple Valley News Now.
And let's take a live look outside. We are seeing some very warm weather to start off your new work week. Meteorologist Hayden Nix has a look at when temperatures could cool off. That's ahead in your First Alert weather forecast. Plus, a new report shows a concerning rise in the number of deadly crashes on Washington roads and a surge in one particular cause.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner.
And I'm Austin Reed. Monday night, and here we go.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. The Deputy Secretary of the USDA announced today an investment of more than $154 million to conserve 168,000 acres of private forest lands across the country.
Absolutely. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us the Deputy Secretary made that announcement in Cle Elum for a special reason.
$15.3 million of that money will be going toward a project to conserve forest lands on Cle Elum Ridge, protecting that land for generations to come. The state now able to purchase 9,700 acres on Cle Elum Ridge, adjacent to Teanaway Community Forest, expanding on years of work by local agencies protecting the area from development. The goal to enhance water supply, expand recreation, maintain forestry, conserve habitat, and make the forest more resilient to wildfires.
And also just make sure that we protect from development and save this land as part of our tribal responsibilities and also for future generations.
Coming up at 6, we'll hear more from public officials about what this project is and what it means for the future of the forest. Reporting in Cle Elum, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thanks, Emily. It looked a little windy out there in Cle Elum today. We're seeing wind and heat.
Wind and heat, that's the story. Let's check in with meteorologist Hayden Nix. He joins us now live from our First Alert Weather Forecast Center. Good evening.
Yes, it was definitely warm once again today. Not quite as hot as Mother's Day weekend, but definitely still back up there above normal. But we also added wind to the forecast today with those sustained wind speeds at the moment holding between 10 and 20 miles per hour. But you can see Ellensburg and Yakima sustained in the lower to mid 20s with wind gusts around 30 miles per hour. Ellensburg even had a higher wind gust earlier, close to 40 miles per hour. And that's going to be a problem at least through about 11 p.m. tonight. That's why wind advisory is in place for the Kittitas Valley there for wind gusts that could be up to 50 miles per hour. And this is all thanks to a weak upper air disturbance that is being the culprit behind those strong winds there. But that is not going to be a long-lived situation. That upper level disturbance will be moving off. We're going to see a ridge of high pressure coming back in that's going to give way to a continuation of these warmer temperatures that we have been feeling. Even though we were a few degrees cooler today, we've got a warming trend back on the way. So we're currently in the upper 70s and 80s for most locations. Tonight, it will be chilly once more after feeling those warmer afternoon highs and cool temperatures overnight, upper 40s to lower 50s for your overnight low. And that's what we're going to be trending for the next few days with those temperatures going back up to near 90 degrees by Thursday. But cooler weather's coming. We're going to talk about when in just a little bit.
All right, Hayden, thank you so much. Other news now, it was a very busy weekend for Kennewick firefighters. That's because multiple fires broke out. Last night around 6 p.m., crews responded to the 2500 block of West Clearwater for a reported detached garage on fire. One 911 caller said they heard explosions inside. As firefighters began deploying hose lines around the house to that detached garage, they discovered that a power line had fallen across the backyard due to the fire. Because this energized power line was blocking access to the garage, Benton PUD was requested and they de-energized the power line. Nobody was hurt. The cause of the fire remains undetermined, but the use of a propane weed burner behind the garage earlier in the day may have been a contributing factor.
Yeah, it started with a fire on West Clearwater. It was a detached garage out behind a home, thankfully confined to just the garage, didn't impact the home. While crews were wrapping up salvage and overhaul and making sure the fire was entirely put out, we were dispatched to a vehicle fire. While crews were en route to that vehicle fire, additional reports came in that multiple vehicles were now on fire.
Now, another blaze broke out shortly after the Clearwater fire. KFD says they were called to a vehicle fire in front of a house on 2nd Street. Several parked cars were actually burning along the carport side of the house. KFD crews even deployed their deck gun, which is a fixed water turret on the top of the fire engine. That quickly doused the flames in a total of 4 vehicles that were actually burning. Nobody was hurt. The investigation will continue, but coming up new at 6:30 tonight, the call to action from firefighters about downed power lines. Alyssa.
Well, a 71-year-old man is dead after Yakima police say he was shot during a dispute with a neighbor outside a home in the 1400 block of Cherry Avenue. Now, that 27-year-old neighbor reportedly told officers the man came to the property and made threats with a firearm. Police say, quote, the shooter indicated he was protecting his family when deciding to fire, end of quote. They say his story was corroborated by witness statements and video evidence.
In addition to the physical evidence found at the scene, we consulted with the Yakima County Prosecutor's Office, and it was determined, and we concur, that we don't believe we have enough evidence to support a charge at this point.
Now, police say that investigation will continue. They're waiting on a charging decision by Yakima County Prosecuting Attorney Joe Brusick.
Washington State Patrol tonight reporting a spike in traffic deaths for the year 2023 with 810 statewide. That's a 10% increase over the year 2022. We spoke to Washington State troopers today, and they say approximately 50% of these collisions are caused by a driver who's impaired by alcohol and/or drugs. Other key factors are speeding, not wearing seatbelts, and driving distracted. Trooper Thorson with Washington State Patrol says these days distracted driving is impacting everyone.
It's men and it's women, it's teenagers, it's older people. We're really not seeing, one way or another. We're seeing it across the board by all genders, ages.
Getting caught at the wheel with an electronic device will cost you. Tickets start at over $100 for the first offense and go up from there.
Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson is running for governor, but on Friday, hours before the deadline, 2 additional candidates, both named Bob Ferguson, filed to run for governor as well. So in the governor's race, only the top 2 candidates advance past the August primary. That means it's not necessarily guaranteed that there will be 1 Republican and 1 Democratic candidate. And if there are 3 people with the same name on the ballot, you can see how that would make it easier to accidentally vote for someone you didn't mean to. Today, the Attorney General called the move an illegal scheme.
I want to be very clear. This is not an attack on me. It's an attack on our election system. It's an attack on our democracy. It's an attack on the people of the state of Washington to have a clear choice and to know who they're voting for.
Now, Ferguson is calling on the other 2 candidates with that same name to drop out of the race before the deadline. That passed at 5 this evening. We're currently waiting for an update from the Secretary of State's office. Making national headlines tonight, former President Trump's trial in New York continues, with the jury hearing today from Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest.
Today, Michael Cohen, who previously said he would take a bullet for Donald Trump, took the stand against him, saying under oath the former president directed him to pay for multiple women's silence.
We paid a lawyer a legal expense, and we have a legal expense is a legal expense. It's marked down in the book, quote, legal expense.
Trump is charged with falsifying business records linked to the $130,000 Cohen paid porn actress Stormy Daniels days before the 2016 election. Prosecutors say the payment was to prevent voters from hearing Daniels' graphic story about an alleged 2006 affair. Trump denies all wrongdoing, including the alleged affair. The defense so far has claimed Trump wanted to kill the story to protect his family. Cohen's testimony today directly contradicts that, saying he wasn't thinking about Melania. This was all about the campaign. He claimed Trump called the Stormy Daniels situation a, quote, disaster for the campaign, adding Trump said women will hate me. Cohen also testified about a catch-and-kill scheme set up with National Enquirer publisher David Pecker, where they agreed to publish positive stories about Trump and stop negative ones from coming out. Pecker himself testified about that 3 weeks ago. Jurors heard a conversation Cohen surreptitiously recorded between him and Trump in September 2016. It references one of those alleged catch-and-kills, a $150,000 hush money payment to Playboy model Karen McDougal by Pecker.
So what are we going to pay? Funding, yes. When it comes time for the financing, which will be...
Listen, what financing?
We'll have to pay you. So no.
Some previous witnesses have taken swings at Cohen's reputation. Prosecutor Josh Steinglass conceded he has what you might consider to be some baggage. The defense calls Cohen obsessed, a convicted liar, and that he cannot be trusted. Jurors have seen more than 200 pieces of evidence so far. Cohen is the 20th witness to take the stand and is described as the linchpin in this case, if the jury believes him. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, New York.
Now, Cohen has admitted to lying in the past, both to investigators and to Congress, but prosecutors are hoping that his testimony, along with everything else presented in court so far, will be enough to sway jurors.
Well, today the Washington State Patrol celebrated its first class of lateral troopers. 9 new troopers were commissioned in the state capitol building in Olympia this afternoon. Each of those new troopers had previously served in law enforcement. Having a lateral class meant they could go through more focused training and get into the field much faster. State Patrol says the next lateral class will begin in 2025.
Congratulations to them. And it's been a big turnaround for the local forecast. Coming up, meteorologist Hayden Nix has a look at the now above average temperatures and how long they'll be sticking around.
And it is not the sign of summer we like to see. Smoke from Canadian wildfires once again leaving a Midwest city socked in. We're talking about that next.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
This week, Michael Cohen takes the stand face-to-face with Donald Trump, plus the race for the White House, where things stand. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most-watched newscast on television.
Vegas action is closer than you think. The fun is waiting for you at Nob Hill Casino. Come in and pull up a chair at your choice of blackjack, pai gow, heads up hold'em, or high card flush, and play with the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club to take your game to the next level and earn rewards for food, bowling, prizes, and cash. There's always a spot for you at Nob Hill Casino, where the locals play.
Navigating a real estate transaction can be overwhelming, from finding the right property to navigating the closing process. That's why a successful real estate transaction requires a team of professionals. At Windermere, our team consists of experienced realtors to guide you through the process, an in-house marketing team to maximize your home's exposure, transaction coordinators to ensure accuracy throughout the transaction, and a network of local industry experts. With Windermere on your side, you can have peace of mind and confidence in your real estate journey.
Welcome to Premier Woodworks, your premier source for custom cabinetry and full-service interior design. Our custom designs are brought to life with 3D images to help you visualize the final result. Our high-quality cabinetry is crafted with care and attention to detail. From kitchen and bath design to remodel project management, we're here to make your dream space a reality. Premier Woodworks, located at 109 North Washington Street in Kennewick.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Jessica Jalor, Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Welcome back. Wildfires are burning once again in Western Canada. You'll remember the Canadian wildfires last year left parts of the U.S. struggling to deal with overwhelming smoke. These fires in British Columbia and Alberta are between 500 and 700 miles north of the U.S. border, but smoke is prompting an air quality alert for the entire state of Minnesota tonight. Now, most of that smoke you see here is sweeping down east of the Rockies, but we're keeping a close eye on it because we know things can change very quickly when it comes to these fires. And they're still comparatively small. They're thousands of acres rather than tens or hundreds of thousands of acres. But the fire that's burning in British Columbia is dangerously close to a town. And Yvette Brend reports some residents are refusing to evacuate.
We're asking them to rethink that position because there will be nobody there to help them.
Fort Nelson's like a ghost town. It's almost like the day after you, and it's real weird. You know, you're the only one in that town.
Dwayne Lowe says he's among those staying to fight the fire.
I have no fear. We're going to save it. We are not afraid. We're gonna handle it, but it is high on the nerves.
A 4-hour drive south in smoke-choked Fort St. John, evacuees wait and hope.
It's sad because what do people do? Like, if you're not prepared for it, what do?
It's been stressful, been very anxious.
These Fort Nelson teens bought fishing rods to kill time and cast away fears.
And we have a bunch of people down there right now still fighting the fire. Like my dad, he's filling up all the planes and helicopters and stuff so they can keep going back in and out.
I don't know, it's worrying. Hopefully the town doesn't burn, you know. Hopefully it's still there. It's always be home, whatever. I never thought it'd be us, you know, until now.
In Fort Nelson, the mayor is not giving up yet.
You know, we're going to fight this right to the end. As long as the life of people and our firefighters is not being jeopardized, we're going to keep keeping on.
Now, these fires are unusual because typically northern Canada is very green even this time of year, but they're dealing with multiple years of very dry weather that's increasing the fire risk up there.
This while the southeastern U.S. is dealing with way too much water. More than 9 million people are under flood watches from the East Coast all the way to central Texas. They're seeing flooding that's similar to the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey in 2017. The storms just won't quit. We have seen tornadoes in the Midwest and the South every day for weeks, plus severe thunderstorms and extreme rain that is expected to continue through this week.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
And back here at home, we've been dealing with above average temperatures over the weekend, with those 80s becoming more of the norm and even some 90-degree readings. Check this out. For Mother's Day yesterday, we had another high temperature back in the 90s for the Tri-Cities, topping out at 90 degrees for making it to 92 on Saturday. It was even warmer on Saturday, but we have very similar readings once more, and we're going to see that trend coming back this week. Now, today we did cool down relative to yesterday. High temperatures with some 70s and 80s. At the moment, we've got 82 in the Tri-Cities, 76 in Hansford. We've got 82 in Prosser, 79 in Hermiston, and 78 north in Moses Lake on I-90. We are going to have a ridge of high pressure building back in to climb those temperatures up once more. And the average this time of the year should be in the mid-70s, but we're going to be far from that over the coming days with this new ridge of high pressure coming in from the Pacific once more that will continue to build over the next several days here, peaking out Wednesday and Thursday of this week with the warmest readings we're expected to have before it begins to break down. Now, currently, this ridge is trying to push out an upper air disturbance that's given way to the windy conditions from today, which is going to be settling down as we head into the overnight hours. But that system there is going to take at least another day or two before it begins to really feel that heat like we had this weekend once more into Wednesday and Thursday. Wind speeds, as I mentioned, that's been another factor with that upper air disturbance causing all those wind speed readings over, especially in the Kittitas Valley there. Ellensburg sustained at 23 early. It was around 30. We have 17 sustained in Hanford, 10 down in the Tri-Cities. So as you get away from the valley there, it's not quite as intense, but we could still see some strong winds all the way through 11 o'clock. So that's when a wind advisory is still in effect from Ellensburg into the Kittitas Valley there. Up to 50 miles per hour will be possible. Then after that, we will begin to see some better conditions. Your future cast wind gust show that it's not going to be quite as intense as we continue on into Tuesday. Notice we start out tomorrow morning a little more settled. Gusts are maintaining below 20 miles per hour, and we'll see most locations maintaining that through much of Tuesday, with the exception, especially just over in the Kittitas Valley there once more. That's the troubled spot with those wind gusts around 25 to 30 miles per hour for a few hours tomorrow afternoon. Then the wind will definitely settle down for Wednesday and Thursday. Another big talker this weekend, besides saying Happy Mother's Day, has been the auroras. The northern lights were definitely showing off on Friday with one of the very rare G5 forecast magnetic storm events. That has not happened since 2003, Halloween night. Definitely have continued to see the mass ejection from the sunspot, but not quite as intense. You can see the aurora forecast is well up into Canada at this point, with that cutoff line right here in the viewing area. So again, it's not going to be as impressive as Friday night, but if you still want to get out with a long exposure camera just to see if you might could find something there, it will be possible late this evening from 10 to 2 a.m. So if you want to stay up, there you go. Back to the top of the forecast tonight. We might be fighting a few clouds with it though. Upper 40s to lower 50s out there. And then your temperatures tomorrow, upper 70s to lower 80s area wide. May have some mid 70s from Pendleton northward into Walla Walla. Your 7-day forecast shows upper 80s possible by Thursday, especially for Yakima. Then we'll cool things down going into the weekend. That ridge of high pressure will not last forever. We'll start to see those cooler temperatures returning and becoming more steady as we head into the weekend and early next week.
Hayden Nix filling in for Stacy again this week. Thank you, sir. Up next on your news at 5, we've been talking about new steps to protect airline passengers, but now the airlines are suing in response. That's next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 5.
Visit Cougar Bay Preserve on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Embrace the smooth, innovative vocals and dance moves of Morris Day and the Time, appearing for the first time at Legends Casino Hotel in Toppenish on Saturday, June 1st. A close collaborator with Prince and founding member of his band, Morris Day has a 2-decade mainstay with his own unique R&B sound. Tickets starting at just $30 are available at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends gift shop. Don't miss Morris Day and the Time, along with special guest, the Family Stone, at Legends Casino Hotel on Saturday, June 1st. Get your tickets now.
Spring is my favorite time of year. I love when I can finally bring my garden back to life. Having a healthy and thriving garden is just one of those little things that brings me so much joy. A reliable truck that can handle my to-do list is essential, and it really does make the job easier. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Why is my internet slow? There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got you covered. We offer a variety of buildings and sheds that come with a 5-year limited warranty, free delivery, and setup. Whether you're ready to custom create your space or just need extra storage, we're here to help every step of the way. All in-stock buildings can be delivered within 7 to 10 days and custom builds in 3 to 4 weeks. So what are you waiting for? Find your perfect building or shed today with Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds in West Richland.
Watch me. Watch me tumble, jump, and soar. When our squad is on point, we own the floor. Dazzling stunts and dances are my jam. Pain once caused issues, but they had a plan. A life-changing brace with no surgery to fear. Activity without limits, one more reason to cheer. Watch me. Industry-leading scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
Hey, welcome back. We have been talking about the Biden administration's efforts to protect airline travelers with new bans on certain fees and forced refunds in the case of long delays. But now airlines are suing, saying the Department of Transportation went too far with its rule requiring airlines to disclose all their fees, potentially including what the Biden administration refers to as junk fees. Airlines for America, which lobbies for the airline industry, says the requirement will make it more complicated to buy an airline ticket.
Well, you've seen the pictures all over social media. Hayden was talking about it just a moment ago. This amazing view of the northern lights that was visible all over the world. There is a problem, though. These are caused by a geomagnetic storm, and we're not getting reports that storm may have impacted some of the high-tech GPS that's used for farm equipment navigation. So if that equipment is disrupted, it can impact planting because that has to be done in very precise rows that are commonly managed with GPS. Austin, this is not something I had thought about when I was looking at the northern lights.
Did you see him?
I did.
Okay.
I was out very, very early Saturday morning and got a really great view.
Pretty cool,
in
right?
Kennewick, of all places.
I know. It's like, wow.
Well, we
All
saw
right.
beautiful clear skies for those of us who stayed up late enough to see the northern lights, but that's also bringing the heat.
Yeah, meteorologist Hayden Nix returns with a final check on your forecast.
Jessica Jalor, Good Morning Northwest. Weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
Enjoy bowling here at Triple Play, where fun is always in season. French fries are fun, which is always in season here at Triple Play. Speaking of fun, did you know it's always in season at Triple Play?
Dude, what's with dropping the tagline?
The marketing ladies wanted me to push it.
What did they offer you?
5 pizzas.
Gonna share, right?
Of course.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Oh, thanks.
When you get hurt on the job, you never know if you're going to get paid by Labor and Industries. Let Bothwell and Hamill fight on your behalf for your workers' comp. We can often increase your compensation. The sooner you call us, the better. If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Welcome to Premier Woodworks, your premier source for custom cabinetry and full-service interior design. Our custom designs are brought to life with 3D images to help you visualize the final result. Our high-quality cabinetry is crafted with care and attention to detail. From kitchen and bath design to remodel project management, we're here to make your dream space a reality. Premier Woodworks, located at 109 North Washington Street in Kennewick.
What makes me strong?
Every shot I take.
Every paddle I pull.
Every delicious bite.
Every good long laugh.
Every story about our ancestors.
My family, my community, my tribe.
Our connection, that's our strength.
We use our strength to support each other. If you or someone else is struggling with mental health or thinking about suicide, call or text for help. That is a sign of strength we share.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest 16-page savings book. Pick up a copy in-store today. Spruce up the garden with 4-inch premium annuals. Member priced at 2 for $7. Plus save $5 on Maui mid-back patio chairs. Members save $20 on Key Men's double knee work jeans. Signature women's jeans by Levi Strauss are just $16.99. Find these savings and more in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Welcome back. We're taking a final look at your first alert forecast with Hayden.
Let's get one last look at your forecast here. As I just mentioned, upper 40s to lower 50s for tonight with a mixture of the clear sky condition with some clouds from time to time. But we will see more clear conditions for tomorrow, which means we've got a better chance for those temperatures to rebound back into the upper 70s to lower 80s area-wide. We could see 75 in Pendleton, 82 in the Tri-Cities to 75 in Ellensburg. Now, for your 7-day forecast, keep in mind, we've got a ridge of high pressure building back as we speak, so temperatures will be climbing once more to the mid and upper 80s for the middle of the week. Then it starts to break down and we'll head back into the upper 70s as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and into early next week. We'll have plenty of sunshine through the middle of the week. We'll add a few more clouds as we head into the weekend. We'll go 75 on Friday after having 86 on Thursday in Walla Walla, 88 in Hermiston on Thursday,